So upon initial inspection, it looks like the parts are doing all right, but that UPS did clearly give this thing quite a ride. A lot of the styrofoam is broken, but it's still in place and they seem like they are where they belong, and I didn't really see any damage. So all in all, I guess this will be a testament to how well it was packed, if nothing is damaged, based on the styrofoam being broken. I've had other stuff come this way before, so I do think it should be fine. I'm gonna check the underside now and give it a look, but some of the pieces that were meant for shipping and holding in place are just clearly broken from being dropped or whatever they did to it, but it does seem to have survived and without any marks. So I'm gonna give it a look now, take it out of the box, and then go over everything that's here. Kudos to them. I was going to have everything on the floor, but I figured I'd quickly update the fact that there is no marks on this at all. The inside of the styrofoam, it did not go through, so while the outside definitely took a hit, it did not seem to go all the way through, and the desk is in great shape. I checked all the corners and there is no damage at all. I figured I'd note right now that I did choose the 47-inch version of this desk. They also have a 55 and a 40, and I went with the oak color because I figured it was a little more neutral. I did like the rustic brown a lot, but in my room, it won't fit the same for my room, so I went with the oak, and then there is also a black that I had seen, but all in all, this was the color I chose. So for now, I'm going to get everything set up on the floor. It looks like the assembly of this should really be a breeze. There's not too many parts, and I'll get them out now and go through what they are real quick. I've got everything ready to go and out of the plastic. With this piece here and the other one, I have them sitting over the part that I would screw in. You do want to make sure that you put this on the inside and not the outside so that you're not stuck unscrewing it. And then for the legs, you can see that the part that you have to screw everything into, there's two pieces here, so that's your inside piece. Otherwise, you'll end up having to unscrew that as well and restart it. And now I'm going to get started with this. I forgot the bag of screws. Everything in it is labeled with a letter, and that corresponds to the manual. So for the first piece, I have to begin with the 2K screws. It is noted that it is important to use the right screws for this part. Otherwise, I guess things could get screwy. All right, so those are screwed in. Now on to the legs where we are screwing in the feet. It's relatively simple. I'll grab this one here and screw that one in. It's just a matter of spinning them in. They go in quick, and that's all there is to that piece. Then we just have to put these bars here, and we are almost done. Now we're just screwing the crossbars into the legs using the L screws that were provided, and we are on to our next part after. Now for this part, we'll be using the J, L, and M screw. The J screw going on the back, the M going into the desk, and then the L going into the center bracket. You want to always make sure in general with building something that you leave things loose initially. That way while I'm working over here, if anything is out of center, I can easily move it around and get it in place. One other note, since the next step will be installing these, you want to make sure that you have this part here facing on this side, not over here, so that it can then screw into here, because it's going to go from here to here. Now for installing this bar, you can't really go wrong, because if you try to put it here, it doesn't balance out. So switching it over, you can see it now sits flush like this one is, and it will slide around and you'll be able to get it in position so that the two are sitting flush with the bars. And that's it. Once those are set up, we then flip her over, install the cubby and then the headphone piece if you want to hang them there, and we'll be good to go. Now the desk has two screw holes on each side. So there's one here and here. The cubby takes two, the headphone stand only takes one. So we're going to place the cubby on the left side. We're going to do the headphone stand on the right. I just realized I should quickly mention one other piece I've been using while doing this review. While I'm dealing with the screws, I like to put them in here so that I can keep things organized. If I have to unscrew anything, I'll just throw it into here. It is magnetic on the front and the back, so while I'm doing stuff, I can hook it onto the side of the table or anything that I'm working on around me, and it'll keep everything in place. I'll throw a link to it below. Honestly, I gotta say, for the price that I paid, I'm quite impressed with this desk. I do think I'm gonna have a bit of a hard time getting this back for my daughter once my room is set up and I'm able to put this where I want to. Having the headphones held here is quite nice. She likes to hang them, that way the cord isn't wrapped around her iPad and getting tangled. Then I went and put her Echo over here, put the trash underneath, and all in all, the desk just looks really nice. When pushing on it, it does not flex at all. The metal itself might make some noise, but it is not bending or flexing. Very solid material. Having the cubby over here, that for her will be nice because she can store some stuff in there, and I don't know how long until I'll get it back, but for now I think it looks really nice in her room, and it's a nice upgrade for her at the moment.